Hi guys, welcome back to my second battle report of the Poor Tournament 2015. This time my Anglo-Saxons take on the Jomsviking. I've taken on the Jomsviking several times before and never had really too much trouble with them. As long as I stop them gaining wrath, I seem to be happy. So my opponent has quite an interesting force this time. He brings along Sigvaldi, I believe he's called. So, a bit about Sigvaldi. Basically, he, as long as I got the character name right, he only allows the Jomsviking to take Hearthguard, and they all get +1 armor, which is kind of devastating because my opponent's got all Hearthguard but all armed with Dane axes. So he's got all the advantage of the Dane axe with no disadvantage for Sigvaldi. And not only that, he also starts with 2 wrath. So it's going to be an interesting challenge for me. Oh, and by the way, we're playing the Clash of Warlords, so it'll be a Warlord snipe situation. So, in the middle of the board, my opponent's got a unit of 6 Hearthguard and another unit of 6 Hearthguard, as I say, both armed with Dane axes. And over to the left, he's got 2 units of 4 Hearthguard with his Warlord Sigvaldi in behind. So I end up with first turn and decide I have to push forward anyway. I have weighted numbers here, so as long as I get my defensive abilities up, I should be able to hold these guys off. And yeah, I think I tried some shooting with my levy, but with their 6+ armor I get shooting. Not a lot is going to go through here. I think I'm just going to use my levy as a throwaway unit. My opponent had the same idea and decides to throw his forces forwards. He charges into my levies with his 6 Hearthguard and wipes them down to 4. So I lose 8 levies there, and he took no losses either. Yeah, I think he might have played some abilities there, upped his armor, so I'm hitting him on 6s, even though he's got Dane axes. This is going to be an interesting fight. So seeing that small unit of 4 guys up on the hill, I decided to charge them in the hope I can get round the back and have a snipe at his lord. But I went in with 12 guys, and I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. So half my unit was wiped out against 4 of them. Yeah, I'm losing numbers quick here and not doing much damage to him. So my opponent, not fearing me in the slightest, decides to charge in another big block of units. And by the way, I do have the defensive abilities that I am playing to try and hold him back. But it's 12 odd attacks and needing 3s to wound, or 3s to hit. Yes, so more than half of that unit was wiped out. So that's all but one of my big blocks now gone. And again, he took absolutely no casualties. My dice rolling wasn't brilliant, but trying to break through that much armor with his Dane axe abilities is not easy going. So I saw this as my chance to destroy one of his units. I went in there and assaulted him, and as you see, I killed 2 for the loss of 3 of my own. Not great, but getting better. Unfortunately, the other turn as well, he also attacked my other unit up on the hill and reduced them to 1. So I've only got 1 fighting force, which I'm trying to move around the back there. If I have 1 more turn, I should be able to do a 3-move charge against his Warlord, as long as I don't see it coming. So at the end of my turn, we're looking something like that. Yeah, my guys are a hell of a mess. But he doesn't have very many on models either, and I've still got that big block. So all I need to do is swing that big block round the right flank, and everything should be golden. Unfortunately, what happens is he plays his Jomsviking ability, which allows him to move as many units as he has wrath, and unfortunately I had to give him wrath in one of the fights just to keep my warriors alive. And yeah, he moved my warriors all away from my warlord, and then with his remaining Saga dice charged my warlord and killed him. So that was the end of that battle. Sorry it was a short one. Man, the Jomsviking, you really have to keep an eye on these guys. With Sigvaldi as well, giving everyone the +1 armor and the combination of Dane axes, even my big blocks weren't doing anything. I really could do with some more mobility in their force. The poor old Anglo-Saxon foot sloggers couldn't really get to his warlord in time. So sorry that was such a short video. Yeah, I had to learn pretty quick there about the Jomsviking. I thought I had that all under control. I've played them several times before and not had too many issues. But this Sigvaldi guy, threw out something a bit different with all the Hearthguard and that. Having a 5 of armor and still being able to wield their Dane axes was absolutely devastating. My defensive abilities didn't do now to stop them, and yeah, I was pretty smushed pretty quick. Big thanks to Will, hats off to him. Even though I had a loss here, he made an absolutely blast of a game. He was a great opponent to play, and I'd happily play him again anytime. So hopefully I'll get the next couple of videos up relatively shortly, and I'll see you next time. Okay guys, that was